Alright, and hey there, Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here. We're back for some more of the Paper Mario the 1000-Year Door on the Nintendo Switch, and if you did miss out during the last one, well, we just went and entered into our way of what Hooktail's castle is going to be. We faced off with the red dry bones that was happening here, a mini boss that was going on, and then right on after that, we actually went and picked up with the brand new upgrade for Mario, which that is going to be the slim version of ourselves that is going to be happening, which that is going to be pretty nice, because since we do have the slim part, we can actually go and head through any type of little crevice that we could go and search for to find hidden items, or even go and try to pick up with other different key items, which that is of course happening here within our time of Hooktail's castle. So at least it's pretty nice that for right now here in this area we're getting ourselves a little bit familiarized within the said next upgrade that's happening with our Paper Mario friend over here. Now within our time of this episode we are going to have to face off with actually having to battle out with Hooktail, but I'll get into more details about with him a little bit later on throughout the episode that is going to be happening. But here we are in this actual room for right now. This is going to be for another new character. This is going to be here for Miss Mouse. Now we'll be getting into more interactions with her a little bit later, but for right now this is just kind of her just telling us exactly why that she is here. Apparently she says that there's like some sort of item that she needs to go and try to pick up with, because there's something that has catching her eye within this way, but that'll kind of be a little bit of like a foreshadowing into what she is actually looking for, because when we go and head back over to the actual trouble center, we'll actually be able to go and figure out what this set item is going to be happening. And once we actually do go and pick up with that set item that's going to be around within this said location, we'll actually be able to go and unlock her as a new playable character. And I do have to say, is like Miss Mouse's actual gimmick that happens around within this game is actually somewhat pretty handy, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think like outside of the actual not in-game battle, but around within just the area that you go and start walking around, she could actually be able to, I think, like sense for like different like items or anything of that type of nature, or like coins or something, or even badges for that matter. So it's pretty nice that she can go and be able to do something like that here. But around within this room though, however, we can go and get ourselves with a shine sprite. This is actually going to be our second of many of the different shine sprites that we can actually go and pick up. Now just as a reminder, these shine sprites are going to be as a currency for us to go and use at some point when we go and speak back over to Merlin, right? Because for Merlin, if we go and give him at least 3 different shine sprites, we can actually at least be able to go and upgrade on one of our different partners here. Now, currently for right now, I'm just showing you guys how exactly to go and pick up with the life mushroom that we do need. Now, there was also a part that around within that button switching area, you can actually go and pick up on a different star piece there. I forgot about doing that during the time that I was actually moving around within the different button switches, but at least you guys were able to go and see that. But here is also another star piece if you guys are trying to look for all the hidden star pieces here, because there's going to be one just all the way over to like the far right hand side. Now, if you guys don't know about how these star pieces work, I believe I already would have told you guys about this in a couple of episodes ago, but since we are playing this on the Switch version, these star pieces are actually going to be somewhat a little bit more important to how the original game was all about, because if I'm not mistaken, for what the trailers were also going and talking about within the star pieces, is that every time that you go and pick up one of these type of star pieces, there should be like a menu tab somewhere, and you can go and interact with your different star pieces that you have, and it will actually show like different like concept designs of like how this game was like getting made and everything, and it's pretty cool to go and see that. So it kind of feels like having these star pieces are actually somewhat a little bit more important to how the original game was all about here. So here is the next key. This is the blue key that we do need. This is actually now going to take us all the way over to the next other floor that's going to be showing up here, which that should lead us right on into Hooktail. Now, I don't believe that this type of tunnel or this type of pipe was ever around here since the original game, because I remember like they never really had a type of easy access to get all the way back up to the 3rd floor, unless if I'm wrong. But somebody can let me know in the comments if that pipe was around there before in the original GameCube version, because I never saw that the last time that I was there. Normally, you would actually have to go and backtrack most of the way from that. But there we go. We're going to get ourselves all saved up and ready to go and battle out with Hooktail that's going to be here. So just make sure that you're all well prepared and everything else of that type of nature. If you need to do any type of grinding beforehand, I think it would probably be the best type of time to go ahead and do so before actually worrying about what then said Hooktail. But again, this guy is really not all that too bad. But we can go and do it right here, right now. So let's go. Yes, well, I think we can actually go and battle you and beat you right here, right there, Hooktail. I don't know about how your other siblings are going to be, but I know that we could go and be able to take them out here. This is the easiest of the different siblings for right now. Gloomtail and Bonetail, those will all be worried about something else for another time later on down the road. Gloomtail we won't be seeing until mostly until the end of the chapter of the game, and then for Bonetail, it's kind of a thing that you may possibly want to do after the said game is actually all said and done, because Bonetail is pretty scary, if I have to say so, within the actual 100-pit trial. So during the time of us actually going through the little title part there, that already kind of gives us a little bit of a nice good type of description that this guy is actually pretty weak to the frogs instead of the crickets here. So we're going to make sure that we go and injure him a little bit within that said part there. So I guess the reason why that he absolutely hates these frogs is that he originally had a horrible experience with it, and then ever since then he just had an absolute bad, disgusting part to it. Well, every time that you actually do go and use this FX badge, his attacks are going to actually deplete a lot faster, and from what you're going to, well, I think from what you guys already kind of saw from there is that while he was trying to do an attack on Coops, it only just did 0 damage. So with the amount of us having to go and use that hammer for our time with that FX badge, it really would have put a major stoppage to Hooktail for right now. Now, unfortunately for me, I'm not the best when it comes to safeguarding with Hooktail's attacks. I believe you can also go with safeguard. It's just that it just takes a little bit of some timing for you to actually go and do it. But now this guy's going to literally try and do some sort of bribe to us every time. So originally before he wanted to give us 10,000 coins, which that was not going to be ever happening. And then he wanted to give us a specialty badge, which that's not going to actually happen either. And now this man wants us to go and literally try to sniff his feet, which that's not going to be happening because that is very disgusting. Oh no. And look at that right there. This man is literally chewing up on all the toads, and that's not good. Well, you know what? There's a lot of toads here in this type of world of the Mushroom Kingdom, so I think losing out a little bit of toad should at least be somewhat okay, right? But there we go. And just like that, we went and knocked out on the actual Hooktail right here. And hopefully with all those other toads, they're going to be somewhat okay. But we did get ourselves with a clear bonus, which I'm not really too entirely certain on how exactly those clear bonuses actually work. I don't know if it's just probably because that since we actually lived through the whole entire battle, we went and kept our HP stat pretty well throughout the battle or something like that. We did pretty well so far. But it seems like Coop's dad is back. And that means we will get our Crystal Star, which that is also going to be very nice. Now, this Crystal Star, if I'm not mistaken, will actually give you the power of the Earth Tremor. So we will actually be able to go and use that power there, which I want to say that out of all the different Crystal Stars, that for me, that is my most favorite one, has to be the Earth Tremor one, because there's going to be a lot of situations where you are going to have to go through multiple amount of different battles within within the stage, and I want to say that within the glitch pit area, you're going to be probably heavily relying on using the Earth Tremor within the Crystal Stars most of the time. Because there is going to be some pretty annoying enemies later that will basically be immune to some of our different hits, and also as well too in the glitch pit area you are going to be running into certain challenges where some of those different challenges are going to be somewhat a little bit more annoying than others, so you're going to possibly be relying a little bit more within there. But there we go, and just like that we got the second of our many of the Crystal Stars, so I'm happy that we could actually be able to go and pick this up here, so hooray. And just like that, it's been cleared. It just kind of feels a little bit weird because, normally, wouldn't it, say something else? End of chapter or something? It just doesn't really feel the same anymore. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one for Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. And of course, peace!